Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do our second part of our lesson on how we accept what God gives us. If you remember, our lesson comes to us today from Acts 27, verses 13 through 25, and a little bit from Philippians 4, verses 10 through 13. Do you guys remember how on Tuesday we talked about Paul and how he was shipwrecked? But in that he had learned to be content in every situation? Great. Do you guys still have your ships that you made on Tuesday? Can you pull them back out? We're going to use them now. The Apostle Paul was on a ship just like the one that you built, but the ship and the people that were on it ran into some trouble. Let's listen for a moment to what the book of Acts says happened. When a gentle south wind began to blow, they saw their opportunity, so they weighed anchor and sailed along the shore of Crete. Before very long, a wind of hurricane force, called the northeastern, swept down from the island. The ship was caught by the storm and could not heed into the wind. So we gave way to it and were driven along. As we passed on to the lee of a small island called Cauda, we were hardly able to make the lifeboat secure. So men hoisted it aboard. Then they passed the ropes under the ship itself to hold it together, because they were afraid they would run aground on the sandbars of Syrtis. They lowered the sea anchor and let the ship be driven along. We took such a violent battering from the storm that the next day they began to throw the cargo overboard, and on the third day they threw the ship's tackle overboard with their own hands. When neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, and the storm continued raging, we finally gave up all hope of being saved. That storm was terrible. Do you guys think that the ship that you made will survive? Let's take a look and see what happened next. After they had gone a long time without food, Paul stood up before them and said, "Men, you should have taken my advice not to sail from Crete. Then you would have spared yourselves this damage and loss. But now I urge you to keep up your courage, because not one of you will be lost. Only the ship will be destroyed." The ship's gonna go down? Oh no! Do you guys still have yours? Can you have it go on really rough waves now? Keep it going. But wait, let's listen to what Paul says next. In Acts 27:22, "Last night an angel of God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood before me and said, 'Do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar, and God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. So keep up your courage, men, for I have faith in God that it will happen just as he told me.'" Whew! Were you guys nervous that your ship was going to go down? I was too. Paul said that we're going to be okay. That was a close one. And I almost thought, wait a minute. There's one more verse. Are you ready? This is verse 26. "Nevertheless, we must run aground on some island." The ship gets wrecked? Uh-oh. You guys know what you have to do, right? I want you guys to take your ship and I want you to wreck it. Pretend like it's sinking. Go. What did you guys think when you were told that you had to wreck your ship? Why do you think that Paul was okay with being shipwrecked on an island? Do you think it's because he had trust and he was content with whatever God gave him? How can being close to God, the way that Paul was, help us when bad things happen to us? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Something bad, like a shipwreck, might come our way. Will we act the same way that the sailors did? Or will we act the way that Paul did? God is with us, even in disasters. And as we grow closer to God, we can accept what God gives to us. Don't forget that we do have a memory verse for this month, and it comes to us from Philippians 2, verse 5, and it says, "Have the same attitude that Christ Jesus had." One more time, are you ready? Philippians 2, verse 5, "Have the same attitude that Christ Jesus had." Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye.